Hello. Oh, and I've got, let me see if I can fix that. So, I haven't had difficulties in a while. So probably tonight's the night. That just muted me. So the odd thing is, I say it, and like a minute later or 10 seconds later, it repeats. But looks like a full house tonight. Oh, that's frustrating. But we're just going to go with it. Yeah. So I hope everybody's having a good evening. So welcome. See some familiar names. So that's fabulous. Do you hear me twice on your end? Oh, good. Fix the captioning. So on the right, you will see everyone from YouTube and Facebook because we've got quite a nice mix of both. So 10 minutes after, we will start with our first healing pulse. Well, thank you, Jane. So I've got my book, show number 154. So just trying to see. So I know why there's echo, but I don't know how to. So we'll just deal with it. So welcome everyone. We've got 1 minute before the first healing pulse. All right. So Valerie says no sound. Does anyone else have issues with sound? Okay. Thanks, Marina. Mary can hear me. Super. So I think tonight I'm going to use the list of inherited issues, and I'll probably use that for inherited issues, but also regular issues. And then I think I'm going to use emotions, sensations, and behaviors because there's a lot on here. Yeah, I'm sorry about the echo. So I know why it's happening, but I don't know how to fix it because my streaming service has changed some things, and it's been a month since I've been on. So let me just check one thing. Okay, let's our first healing pulse. So with this, the wonderful thing about healing pulse is it goes to where you direct it. So if you have a place that you need healing energy, that's where you want to send it. Now, if you have something emotional, think about where you feel that emotion, and that's where you'll want to send. And so to start this, you are the person who is directing the healing. So you're very important in this. So rub your hands together until they're warm, and then place your hands exactly where you want to receive the energies. Imagine my hands on yours. And then, most importantly, allow the energy to flow. Just breathe that in, open and allowing. With each breath in, it goes a little deeper. With each breath out, you are releasing. Just in time. All right, so was our first healing pulse of the night. So I've started my list. So let me know what you want to work on. All right, so Amanda goes first. She wants to work on self-confidence. Paula's got ringing in her ears. Mary, compulsive behaviors with money. Motivation wants to work on removing negativity that's blocking positive love and having a new relationship. Nice motivation. I'm glad you can recognize that that's a problem. All right, Jane wants to work on COVID off and anything else COVID related. All right, Marina, fear, release that. Renee, digestive issues. Okay, and if anyone else has anything they want to work on, feel free to put it in the comments. But Amanda goes first. So we start here. And if for some reason I miss you, don't take it personally because I'm looking up and down a little too much. So just remind me, oh, there's Anne Marie. We can work on for Anne Marie, seeing if there's something that's keeping them around. So, all right. So the first one is Amanda, who's dealing with self-confidence issue. I'm showing that there was some type of event around age 27. And now ages are the hardest thing, but this is somewhere 26, 27, 28. And it was something where you were really worried about things that were going on. And so I'm going to go worry and the energies of the event for Amanda. I'm adding Joan to the list. All right, so Amanda has been released. Paula's got ringing in her ears. So let's see why. So Paula, I'm getting an event around age 23. So somewhere 22, 23, 24. And it's numbness. So I don't know if there was something around you that you just felt numb and maybe blocked from feeling the things around you, or maybe you wanted to feel but couldn't. So it's like two extremes that it could be. But let's go ahead and release numbness. So Bonnie, I'm adding you for body image issues. Okay, Mary is next. Mary's working on some compulsive behaviors dealing with money. Let's see. This is an event from around age 26, Mary, and it's dealing with loss of control. So somewhere 25, 26, 27. So let's go ahead and release that. So with this, I don't always say that it's been cleared, but if it doesn't clear, I always tell you because that usually means there's things that you need to do on your own. But so far, everything has cleared, which is typical. Most of the time, things clear. All right, so motivation wants to remove some negativity that's affecting a new romance. So let's see what that is. Little Dexter's here trying to get covered up. My hidden assistant. All right, motivation. Getting an event around sorrow, and it's around age 18. So somewhere 17, 18, 19. So let's go ahead and clear that. That has released. Mary just commented that she thinks she knows what her event was from. And so I'm going to just quick tune in. Mary, you are right in that event. All right, so James had COVID and still has a cough. So we'll work on releasing any energies that might hold the sickness there longer than needed. All right, so here's a question for the group. So I'm using a chart where I've got something that has never come up. And so I don't know exactly how to explain what it is. So it's victim consciousness. And so if you have any thoughts on what that is, that's the event around Jane that is allowing the COVID energies to linger. Let me get an age for that because maybe Jane will be able to tune in and understand what that is. So I have some thoughts about what it is, but I'd like to hear what you guys think. All right, so let's see. Victim consciousness. Let's see how old Jane was. Getting around age 43. Jane. Yes, very interesting victim consciousness. So part of when I think about what does victim consciousness means, is it that awareness of being a victim? But part of it is you don't really want to hang on to being a victim because that has the potential of attracting it to you more. So because awareness is good, but not to the point where it turns to obsession, where you're always a victim for anything. Um, but I'm going to go ahead and release that. Anybody else have any comments on victim consciousness? And am getting that released for Jane. All right, Marina. Marina is next, but Jane's got a comment about the time that I got for her. That was her mother had passed. And I am getting that you are correct that that vent um, has some connection to this, but I did get it to release. So next, Marina's going to work on fear. So Marina, this is something from around age 15. You are welcome, Jane. And so somewhere 13, 14, 15. Arlene, I will add you to this. So Marina, it's a word that I don't generally consider emotions. It's more of a flavoring, but in this context, it is emotional, and it's the word sour. So when I was a little kid, my mom liked to use the word sourpuss, and it usually meant I was in a mood, not very happy. I had quite the frown. So I don't know if that rings a bell with you, Marina, if there was a time around that age where you were just not happy. So let's go ahead and release this. Thank you, Jane, for putting that in the comments about victim consciousness. So, with that definition, it is definitely good for you to release victim consciousness and not become obsessed with the thought that you are always a victim and you have no control. Yes, Marina, I think that's a good um, definition, similar to grumpy. All right, so that did release. Renee is next, and she's working on digestive issues. So, Renee, it's the word sickly. Let me get an age. This is from around age 36. So somewhere 35, 36, 37. So let's go ahead and release because somehow they're tied. So that did release. And next, we're going to do our next healing pulse. Sorry, the delay in the repeat is driving me crazy. But the only thing I can think of to fix it is rebooting, and I don't want to do that. So let's do our next healing pulse. So think about where you want to receive the energies. Rub your hands together. place your hands exactly where you want to feel it. Imagine my hands on yours, and then be open and allowing the energies to flow. Just breathe that in. Okay. Healing pulse number 2. All right, so next, Anne Marie. I want to go back and look at what Anne Marie wrote. All right, so Anne Marie wrote, I've got entities around me. Cleanup has been made, but there are still a few. Is it possible to work on that? So I think I want to work on why. So why are they around you? You know, entities have a tendency to feed on negative emotions. So if they can make your life worse, to put you in deeper fear, anger, all those negative things, they feed off of that. So if they can make your life worse, it makes them happy because it feeds them. So let's see with Anne Marie. All right, Anne Marie, there's an event when you were about 29, so somewhere 28, 30, and the theme of that event was cruel. And so those energies were food for the entities. So let's release that. And so I know you're going to help me with this because this will clean it up more, get rid of any of the residual energies. I'm also getting that release and that will help the entities let go because they're not getting fed as well. Currently, I'm getting there's just one, and it's on its way out. All right, so next one is Joan. Joan's been working on mold issues and releasing excess histamines. And so I'm going to see if there's anything helping those energies stay. And it's a vent around intolerance. Let me get an age. Around age 26. Let's go ahead and release that. So that did release. So next we've got Bonnie. Bonnie's got body image issues. So let's see. This we're going to need a creative answer for Bonnie. So the chart I'm using is called Emotions, Sensations, and Behaviors. You are very welcome, Marie. Let me get an age before I tell you what it is. So this is an event from around age 16. So Anna, as I've said quite a few times in other shows, ages are the hardest things. So somewhere 15, 16, 17 is the age, and it's the word brittle. And so when you think of brittle, you think of rigid, stiff. And so it makes me wonder, because typically you wouldn't think of a physical thing, but what if this is an event that was emotional, where the emotions are rigid and sort of locked in place? And that could prevent you from releasing body image issues if you've got emotions locked into place. So, did something happen around 16 where your emotions about your body really were almost put in cement? So, let's imagine that that event, that energy from around age 16 is released and removed. And then the next time we do the healing pulse, Bonnie, I want you to think about where this lived in your body, because most emotions are in your body, and you really think about it, you often know where it is. So I would like you to send the healing energy from the healing pulse to this area. I'm going to work on releasing the energy of the event. So I am getting that released, but this is a pretty heavy one. So we need to make sure that the area does get more healing. All right, so Arlene is next. I wrote down anything negative, and I know she wrote down more than that. So Arlene wants to know, is there anything you pick up on that I need to release, and is there anything attaching itself to me? So as far as attachments go, many of us have attachments. We pick them up just about anywhere. So, but if you're looking for a place where there are lots of entities, think about places with lots of emotions and not necessarily positive. So, bars, places where there's lots of drugs being done, because those energies are not positive and entities feed off of that. Other places, hospitals, where people get diseases or horrible diagnosis, and there's so much energy. And plus, hospitals has death, and not every soul passes over immediately. Sometimes they hang out there. So so let's see. Does Arlene have so I'm not really getting anything specifically for you, but let's see if there's maybe an event that would allow them to more easily connect to you because this event makes you vulnerable. So let's see what it is. Hold on, I'm having a little trouble. So I'm getting creative insecurity. Let me get an age for this. I'm getting around age 23. So somewhere 22, 23, 24. And creative insecurity can affect your self-confidence and makes me feel more vulnerable, which sometimes allows attachments. So let's go ahead and release the energy of this event. So I am getting that released. And that I'm at the end of my list. So if I missed you or you've been watching and observing and would like to add, put a comment in on what you want to work on. But it's time for our next healing pulse. So think about where you want to send that energy and place your hands exactly where you want to receive it. Just breathe that energy in. And as you exhale, release what you were holding on to. Okay, that was healing pulse number 3. So Jane had a question from Joan about intolerance And I'm not getting it was related to a person or an event, but actually an idea. And so with this, releasing the tight hold on a certain belief, not releasing or removing it, but just allowing it to be more flexible would be good. But currently, I don't know what that belief is or was, but I think that's a really wonderful meditation topic for you. So next, we're going to work on some group negative beliefs. I'm getting that the group has 3 of them. Yes, Arlene, very true. One more. Okay, so all of these, at least half of you have this. And so when I tell you what each one is, you'll pretty much know if this is one of your negative beliefs. And so when I release, just lend support and imagine it releasing. The first one is I am unwelcome. 60% of you have this. So let's go ahead and release this. All right, the next one is I am ugly. 55% of you have had this where that has sort of stuck with you. Because I know we all have moments where we don't feel the most beautiful. So, but part of it is you should be able to feel it and release it. But this is feeling it and hanging on to that energy. So let's get rid of that. The next one, I am flawed. 80% of you have this. So let's go ahead and release that. So that did release. Well, actually, they all released. Next. What time is it? We have 7:50. So this is going to make us go late, but it's always fun. So we're going to play our positive emotions. The other one, the last one, Jane, was I am flawed. 80% of you have that. And so with this, we're going to do the positive emotions, and then we will end with the aura strengthening. So with the positive emotion list, I want you to pick one emotion that you want to be, and I will add 2 to the list for you. All right. So, and to get started, you just post what positive emotion you want to be. All right, so Paula's got confidence. That's a good one for you, Paula. Mary's got love. Amanda's got joy. Jane's got marvelous. Love. Renee's got love. Nice, Jane. Just making sure I didn't miss anyone. All right, so Paula chose confidence, and I'm adding exuberant and attached. I think those are great things to be attached to, Paula. So reinforcing, confidence, exuberant, attached. So Arlene wants love 2. Bonnie wants grateful. All right, so next is Mary, who chose love. Okay, so Mary chose love, and then I'm adding flowing and courageous to it. Nice. Marina's choosing excitement. And Anne Marie's got serene. I like that for you, Anne Marie. All right, Amanda's next. Joy. Okay, Amanda, you've got joy, cooperative, and friendly. All right, so Mary, yours were love, flowing, and courageous. Very nice. All right, so next is Jane, who chose marvelous. Okay, so Jane chose marvelous, and I'm adding invincible and content. You're very welcome, Mary. Renee chose love, and let's see what else goes with that. All right, so Renee chose love, and I am adding empowered and kind. Yes, Jane, I did for you. Marvelous, invincible, and content. All right, Arlene is next, and Arlene is choosing love. Just need to flip a page. All right, so Arlene's got love, and then I chose rooted and united. All right, so Bonnie chose grateful. All right, so Bonnie's got grateful, and then I've added invited and amused. All right, so Marita's got excitement, and so let's see what else. Oh, I think we've got a special guest tonight, someone who I don't think has been on the show before. Come here, you. So this is Rudy. Rudy is 15. Come here, you. Can you see him? He doesn't often make appearances. Oh. So, Marina, you've been extra blessed with Rudy's present. And Dexter thinks he needs to help too. All right, there you go. Little bit of excitement. Okay, so I've got one more for all right, Marina, I think these are the best ones I've ever gotten for you. So you chose excitement, and I'm adding anticipated and euphoric. So I don't know if I've ever really even said the word emancipated, but I think the meaning is being free. So I like that for you. All right, so I've got Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie chose free, or excuse me, serene. Anne-Marie, I like these for you too. So you chose serene, and I added affluent and influence. All right. So, and last but not least is Joan, and we're going to do patience with hers. So let's see what I'm going to add to. You're going to laugh at number 2, Joan. All right. So Joan chose patient, and I added unhurried and temperate. I think those go well together. All right. And so that's the end of our positive words. But let's do our aura strengthening to finish up. So the importance of a strong aura is it helps repel negativity. And as you know, in today's world, there's a lot of negativity out there. So with this, you can use the healing pulse energies, or I always encourage you to work with your own energies too. So if you want to use your own, just rub your hands together. If you want to use the healing pulse energies, imagine they're here as you're rubbing your hands together. And so once you get your hands warmed up, start beaming the energy out into your aura. And once you get started, think about what you want to fill your aura with. So many of you chose positive words that you really want to focus on. What if you take that first word that you gave me and fill up your bubble with that emotion? So not only are you repelling negativity, but you are instilling positivity within you. So the energies are really flowing tonight. My hands are really buzzing a lot, which is always fun. So that was aura strengthening. So I hope you had a really good night. Some really good things came up for pretty much everyone. So thank you for coming. I will be here again on April 1st. No jokes. Um, and we'll see. I'm hoping that the technical difficulties will go away. But have a fabulous evening. You are very welcome, Marie. You're welcome, Bonnie. Oh, Amanda, that's too bad. Glad you're here. Good night, Mary and Marina and Joan. Yes, very glad you made it tonight. Good night, Anne Marie.